Asam kasieni o. Asam kasieni. Ubebu samse na apostle di asemwa lawyer bi anya kukuduro se yentu omampani ade so. Yentu omampani ade so na waye dai. Na omampani ba so bi ante ne ho asemboni bia o. Yen kwankotie the lawyer no all se enu nti no enanu o kire ya no odene nsem akoto Ghana for emrache bejofo na nim se yenyini mfiri ho no mo na wa muwa o my Ghana yen kotie lawyer no
Medase. It's Uguswa a modern. Now back to the reason you are here. Yatise Obodu. Yatise Opase Yetu Bampani Mahama. Ade Bonibe Naba.
Inye Bonia efa omampeni Mahama Huankasa. Efa Dibiano.
Okay.
Sisa udi kankaye na. Yamo bia ejuma from omampeni to that order. But Ghana Mrasa Shisha Bibia Pepe. Toko Article 51. There shall be a president of the 57. There shall be a president of the republic who will be head of state and the commander in chief. Part of 58, you exercise executive authority to do whatever it is. Oko 69, it is subtitle removal of the president, which means mbrano as of mining himself. President Bibeba bet me afum, and a president Bibeba not dream bet me. Ahana kakra na say yare na bibin 20 year juma e banesa yanko 69 yen fa ntunu free ho na ye hwe galamsey a ekosu ya ebinim ye demonstration ebinim ko radio interview ebinim ye conferences meso me lawyer and ma hwe mra ekuta no and me hu say article 31 on emergency powers kire say Ghana ha bibi ebesi nipa ko bi ana nipa bi pese o ye bibi sa de na obey no anana mono betu no ebema ekrobi kan kwa na ye die enko yie a I say declare state of emergency. That is if an action by a person or group of persons seeks to threaten the life of a community, the essential life of a community, then we must declare e ensure asem na ye ka ho asem e asase a ye dua so enuba edididi e na ye ka ho asem nti if ensure ye nom ene ya asase ye duadua enuame aso na enuaba ye dua no obi anim say mercury na me scientist but scientists nika say mercury we e kwa asase ni mu a 50 years and beyond na was asase ni
the heavy metals
nti me no ka say me aba ene 2025 for 50 years ka ho 2075 ena say bibia kwa asase ni ma be den asase ne ho be yin no na say akola ya wo ne a we 2 years 3 years me no de yanyin ye don't pay more ayedin akola 2 years a obenyin obedi menken bedi tomatoes ebedi kontomre any body no system na yin odi 15 years no gina we say Ghana ni akola ye healthy eso akola ye mercury no gina ho no nti asam na ekoso no e asam kese and I mean fi say omampani and declare state of emergency am I put a freeze. State of emergency is simply to put a freeze. No be able to say, hey, sisi ado mampenya akasa o wakane ho. I say ha obi kwabna takwa ha me system takwa. Inti minim sa nyoma wi. I say ha yenko ha. State of emergency no specific areas. Christian Council, Chief Imam Office, National Peace Council, CSOs. Obi akasa. So it's not the entire country. So takwa crown obey state of emergency ya. Nya takwa market. Takwa market bibi enko so takwa market. People will go to market. But those particular areas that you need to place the emergency, people will know. Now you're freezy, now be enjoy 6 months, 7 months, or be able to be a bro. Now I feel no, and she said that why I say, okay, we no amu ye won't bench you home because you're here good, you know. This is what we are calling for, so that the state of emergency will freeze the activities. I'm a penny Number 2, I have very scary. Yefa apomodin crantonchen, kidney, skin disease, deformities. Yefa nentonchen. Issues of rebellion. DR Congo. And then many about Oya Palana or DR Congo. When you still amokun.
Yes.
I was dying money go no manama. Sana started
cutting people's hands.
You understand?
Long sleeve and short
sleeve. And it is the
sleeves.
fight for resources. It is a and the two strategy ni omu ye, na ye ntu na mo, na ye allow it. If it becomes bigger, it will get out of our hands, which is very serious situation. And then I'm about to meet the drones, air warfare. If we sit down and Galamseyers become sophisticated, and now they acquire drones, they will not physically stand to fight our law enforcement agencies. They'll be fighting them with drones. It is a very important matter. President say on your state of emergency there. Maybe if he say the presidential oath now or swear to no or breach it, because the oath says that I will dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the citizens of Ghana. If health calamity, a citizen ecosystem for ya, mami we ubiat in awula sewa. They are very angry and they simply say that we have existential threats. And what that simply means is that say in tuan number one, ochinebino, omani ekono, yeah, sisi etimuno, yebebre, but intima bebre more.
Before you continue, man penny say, and yes, you declare nemum and no last resort say because say ye bibiana and fa na yakoho. Yeah, the state of emergency no aba on castle on declare state of emergency.
That is where the problem is. And I've just Mama insinuanswa ya dia ebano. So if President Mahama says that yendu hoye, mercury, any heavy metals, eco contaminate your soil, any yensua, will it take some few hours, days, or it will have time for the president? It will match with the president. Mercury na and now heavy metals na eco assassin na eco 50 years a month a criminal. A bit na ho, nani Ghana man penny ako marching. Oh, Ghana's president says let's go slowly. So mercury, I'm also entering the soil slowly. It doesn't work that way.
He says he's fighting.
What fighting?
Or you saw other means, other methods.
Most of the plans out there is what former President Akufo-Addo put in place. There were a lot of task forces. There were a lot of bans in some areas. It's the same modus we have applied, and it's not working. And where we are moving towards Ghana's most beautiful other. And one of the judges, one lender, not in Finfino. Girls no mienu bako Asante girl no sika obeya ba galamsey. Now the other girl from Northern region Asaki also be also be about something about the lands and how we are polluting the land, how we are putting away our culture to even protect ourselves. Sister no Edunuswa, she was very clear that this thing these girls are doing is a serious national issue. And if we don't take Galamsey seriously, we will pay for it dearly. I'm quoting her word. Ghana will pay for it dearly. Minioba if we joke, we will pay for it dearly. It is a president can say, we are not ready for that. Freeze activities. When you freeze activities, everybody now knows that it's a no-go area. And then the measures we are talking about, put them into place. Western Regional Minister, Honorable Joseph Nelson, I am a classmate was his form. On a land minister, Echo Anko Branesono, Mitiomu, another sister station. And my classmate expressly said that we need to have presence here and comb the place 24/7. I'm quoting my classmate, the Western Regional Minister's statement, that we need to have presence here. That means we need to have presence on the Ankobra and comb there 24/7. What does that mean? Which means I'll say to me, waha. Now, if you have to be there 24/7 and comb the place, under which legal principle are you going to be there? Under which potent legal law? It's not under state of emergency. So we know what we want to do, but we are not applying the right measure. And that's the problem. This NAMOS and whatever they are doing, what is soldier for under normal circumstances, to deploy the military, if it's police and forestry, prison for fine. But to deploy the military for internal activities, you must go beyond a certain legal potent. And that should be a state of emergency. Even that NAMOS together with the military in Ukraine, if you test the law, it could be found wanting. But you have added them. So place an emergency. Then let's know that it's an emergency. Deploy the forces that are needed. Then citizens will know that it's very important. On 22nd September, Yebra Sekun Kruma, former president Kruma Eba, all Kano, also only one or two military officers, he wanted to understand. Into no more, and some making a baby because I need to quote baby petition with him. Into Seku smoking, a woman speaker, kind of say, I've quoted Seku. Seku was clear that he's talked to some military officers, and it's not like when they go in, they are going to shoot and kill. But when there's a state of emergency, then they are empowered as the military to do what is good. And then he gave a caveat that Namum so when him say therefore Abaha Bedijuma Abo Mine Hobine. And recalcitrant citizens go in there and they go and face off and there's a casualty. It's part of it. And I agree. Hey, what's on a pa? Obejuma, Kakra Binya no bidi. Mr. Lawyer, Obi Famina Mekoye Juma, Kakamia, Obian Jamaica, ena me yere meeting baby especially yeah litigation lawyers no yeah corporate yeah commercial and yeah no obi am fire we are not paid. If I'm not doing a case for somebody and I don't have money, I'm around. But who if you say you go onto the river bodies, go into the forest, and you now 33 million citizens, your life into a serious health calamity. You are a recalcitrant citizen. And if under a state of emergency, you prove to be a recalcitrant citizen, a man must be capable of bearing the responsibility of your own consequences. Mama Yen Tracy argument, to let it look like, they will go and shoot and kill people. Then we, the same citizens, we are crying of a disease and we are not ready to take the medicine. I also, you
are fascinating crew. Yes, me and Cassia Ubisu. I made us say, as some work for diseases, Galamsey fuel rising kidney and liver diseases, government and hospital pharmacists association, GOPSA, and they are issuing this warning. As say, Galamsey now you can't because of this. Heavy metals na ekwa asasim ye deputy efudie so ye de num nso no bi ye de bi no aduane di no ama kidney diseases ni liver diseases ekosro. And in your petition ma who say obobo empanifo bi nsem wo mo kan during the elections and make us a campaign prior to the 2024 elections for na omo ekeka these people that you mentioned some omo ba power omo show bibi kire say omo nyina e fight.
They have shifted their position, they have made a U-turn. Sami Jemfi, let me consense you. Not that chair of mine, any we are suffering na Okasano Akato said, a bedroom baby already year and Shokraf and Shokoya Binum. That was a good principle. That's what we all stood for. And we all disagreed with President Akufo-Addo said no yen also here. President Akufo-Addo no said medema I think they beto kwan so no. Say odaso oswa and petition we no I could have still brought it. Petition we no I'm based on the law. The grounds of which you can remove president, 69(1), A say president will breach the presidential oath of protecting the weapon of the people. 1B, if the president brings the office into disrepute, contempt, or ridicule into the president. Now, now we are not you are reducing the office into disrepute. You are lowering the office. I can bring this action. It doesn't matter. So if Akufo-Addo was here, and he was doing this type of thing. Because a lot and this before we say Mahama don't do politics. We all supported the NDC so that we can let NPP understand that your money can pay. Then you Sami Jemfi, which make us some way wonderful things when I say yan tuana moa in Shokra Yabinum. Ubenya power pet and no mako kone wako dina diaku fufroso and I feel the whole Kasas and Fufro. Sami Okujoto. Honorable Samuel, Foreign Minister, very clear and emphatic. We need a state of emergency. Declare it. Minister of Lands, Amakofibua. We need a state of emergency. Declare it now. We know the problem. And the gestures they were making when they were making those submissions. Sam George, the president has failed. This is not about politics, it's about leadership. A president can stop Galamsey in 1 week if he wants. All is on record. Social media and saying intro. That is why my document is 30 pages. I've quoted all of them to refer to the Speaker of Parliament that I know what I'm talking about. And I've also quoted the CSOs and what they have said. And I've backed it with the law. You cannot be preaching something when you come into a preach vice. You, Sam George, you said this is not about politics. It's about leadership. The president has failed. Now when it's your turn, now your president has not failed. Why? Is governance a circus?
Or maybe it's too early.
It's governance a circus.
Or maybe
a circus means concert. That's what we call circles. From town to town, concert, comedy. Governance is not a circus. Don't sit in one vein, say certain things on serious national matters.
Is it not too early?
It's not too early. What is too early about mercury sipping into the soil? Mercury 2075. Even that's the minimum. Some scientists say 10 years and more. Minu can say in the 20th of October 2025 I can say. Sa nkoko ni other areas among fire researcher mercury alcohol no ebe film ko ati say 2075. That time me know ya bob old. Na say ya hakra yakopa na ma ya dom. Ya mother ya wo no. So this is a serious matter.
Okay.
And we'll pay for it dearly. So I'm saying that even when we have demonstrations, even when we have interviews, me am a lawyer, so let's test the law. And NDC people are getting it wrong. They shouldn't get it wrong. When under Article 69.4, also Speaker of Parliament, Eddie Coma Chief Justice. Not Chief Justice, and 4 senior most judges. No more 5, no more panel. No more panel, they will determine the prima facie matter, just like Chief Justice on her leadership token. Prima facie case will have to be established. Ekoduo, now Supreme Court acting Chief Justice, but for money. Say, President Mahama, okay, Galam say very dangerous, existential threat, but President Mahama on declare state of emergency on your BBR because it's too early, or blah blah blah, all the justification. So because of that, there is no prima facie case. Then the whole world and Ghana will know that those people called Ghanaians who are destroying their water and going for good, it is not only their president who rejects state of emergency, but their judiciary also rejects. Then President Mahama is insulated. It is NDC for Omokanya. If we read, Africans don't read. People should get the document and read. What I'm doing right now, even knows the benefit of Mahama himself. Because now everybody will be pointing fingers at China say, President, Oman Penny, one person will declare. Echo Supreme Court. Now Supreme Court judges can say, no prima facie case. Now just say, judiciary. So I to say, it is too early.
Obi Shaji Ben say justice talk on no removal no. And as I open the floodgate, you want to test the waters. As all person will test it.
It is not necessarily so. It is based on the events. Events be any want mean so. Sasem way see a be see that. Because until 1957, 51, Kwame Nkrumah, His Excellency, leader of government business, 57, independent, 96 obey president, you know. From Kwame Nkrumah time, there has been no constitutional invocation to remove the president. And before Kwame Nkrumah, not Bruni Neoho.
Okay.
So this is the first provision invoking the constitutional provision to remove president. So it's
the only precedence we have.
Thank you. So it's not because of the Justice Tokono thing. Okay. So events be anywhere, there would have been no grounds.
Okay.
And events that capitalizes or that bring about such invocation, they are rare. Galam say we are rare.
They are working in a winner so by a constitution Mampeni oath. I was so no. And Pache mania oath no the part that will do one semni jina as a Mampeni actually your bo. So only so more we more be protected putting the states into ridicule. Nicholas Obenyas that part at TV ni sama mi ana yemfa oath ni analyze ade kakra bi na yensha ade nti eguso a yehwe no yehwehwe the oath a mampani so ya kire se eniema eti say nkese by this time we declare state of emergency da sense ordinano aboso na nesusu na Ghana fo hia ode bebo ye ho ban eno na ye rai ejina so yera
omode to so no mesmi omede
omo okay so
the presidential or the presidential oath.
Okay.
It was second schedule to the 1992 constitution, which me away chire.
Okay.
But like a constitution. I having been elected to the high office of President of the Republic of Ghana, do in the name of the Almighty God swear, solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana, that I will at all times preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and that I dedicate myself the service and well-being of the people of the Republic of Ghana, and to do right to all manner of persons. I further solemnly swear, solemnly affirm, that should I at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana and suffer the penalty for it. We are not joking. A constitution is the topmost law that governs a country. It makes provisions. If I'm a constitutional, I'm say you do my penimba. Oma penino abe demigod a yentimi fan senkana and come for winship.
Okay.
Esho say oma penini ba no e bibia ensen fata, especially the life of the people are also to the free. It's not about President Mahama as a person. And this for excuse me penifon kwala for obi andi matem batem family. It's not about President Mahama, it's not about President Akufo-Addo, it's not about President Rawlings, it's not about President Kwame Nkrumah, it's not about them. It's about the systems and the structures. Yeah, a constitution says oma penimba na say the presidential oath usachre na obetna konwa ne so na oya nyoma enche so obebo ye ho ban a ebetime tune free ho sa pepepe na meye me bone be na maye Me bonibia, meso media no. Ebi we call demonstration. Ebi me interview. Meso ma left the bar no high. In fact, you say that I am the one who has taken the strictest accountability. So be it. That is why a nation is formed. And under Article 41, I have a duty as a citizen of this country to defend the constitution, to preserve the environment. Duties of a citizen is there. So I'm doing this as a duty on me as a citizen.
Okay. So, Cecilia, what do you petition our parliament already?
You're a lawyer,
and
the minister said, they are all kind and Crawford has here a do a tema, a homo accept. So, you're a lawyer, and I didn't have family mono. And I mean, to me, Ghana ni bapa, and he was a man to make a horse. Share NDC for my catch them. Say, Bobako opposition, Ejina Sadi, Yesu. He said, Mo Jimmy na, say, my boy gold, I know. I'm a yassin in a boy, and say, Mamma. And so, money is soon. O money is soon. Asante in Abacasa. Lawyer Yinso, actually say, someone share, now declare state of emergency. Yem fasa adi ni niu na yem pe baby ma won tra fi se wa mboa o man no. Me se wonnam ana o chankrofo adi me nka se enye eye. Wo krofo so etu o man ni mo no ehunu amani. Se eka ensuo ho asem ho na wo ye tibon koso. We are Tibon Koso. Na wo ji ho achinyi na o ye ya na me nim se ne apesa o kire. Hwe de ama ensem we aye hu. Ni ehun se amanyofo omo ndo man we. Aye mra na President Akufo-Addo wo so. Na hwe Sami Jamfi ene Sam George. Hwe se de akukodura no omo esi ka se asa Akufo-Addo ndo man. Asa Akufo-Addo tiri den. Obetumi de na watwe krampo astopo se entina NDC for mobile. Na Ghana for ni wie se ene bia naso a wo Akufo-Addo. Entina awase ye to abama obi a or didn't have see form because that is what you told Ghanaians. And no ni amo kachire yen. Somebody amo ba niema ese ye bia ba hen ma ene ye. Hwe be dia kokodro kachire Ghana for say. Enkrofo mo ye nya atwem Ghana manjofo. Omo mo ye nya atwem. Minim se omo ekwa sorry because and Ghana am sorry no. Politician bi ewura ho a. Ye ba policy nsem no. Na ne nsem oni a odie nyina no. Omo akata so. Na okofia o and MP ba sorry. And Mr. President eba sorry. Dear na mo ka kire no amania o man no nipa yetimo ayehu. Sana momo wono ho ano akukodura mode kasaye agesa mo do man no. Sami Jamfi kogina pra ebu ensuo gotuam de kire se Akufo-Addo dwene nipa ho a enka onhwe na we enkoso ya to abama wo a wo hwe gold sunu a wonim se galamsey no na ebuama gold na akọ ni mo no. Galamsey had been with us since ya na ya because they say here ya humo yehun MPP ni NDC de botimi ye na iro sem say Ghana for no so Ghana for ebi ni lawyer yi o ebi ni lawyer yi Ghana for no so na se Ghana for do so pa And now Oko Galamsey, baby, I almost to Galamsey on a 2 hour more. And I may, as a layman, I'll be your policy in Minya Sojani. But I do, I mean, what I bet me they are stopping Galamsey and very simple. I saw your phone and how more and call baby a Galamsey. Because Omonim cry to Galamsey. Come to hold much of what you know. MP or no much you know. Much a church and crophobia or more because at the end now as MP. And Potemo at the end now also here. We are Sambrema, ya chimunina. Because Ankolana more a shop for Mutu Galamsey there, and your money a maniano. A maniano yan penny for noa. And this if was a say 1 year, sir. Galamsey Kuamu and Ambeneska, what to Muagumu. Ah, no nipan and saying, or go to be or no cross any a soldier for Akokui. And so Obia to be our MPP Pensua, my yereno. He said, the NDC 2 and your bonnet. That's Ghana for you. Omonim ni omunya womu, nanka asem we say. Na ohine bi, ono so baya. Or him, we are what Yakunaswa, wow, Patemo, wouldn't yes and near Messiah. I said, Dia Hormona, who don't suckle Hana, or Henny. I Jimmy knew or Mani Montino. And a brantian found so almost since you know my poisons you. Now, or him, we all cast us him, we say. Now, almost a poisons you know. Na omo de Galamsey scanner akotoduane na omo akosa ensu ya poison no e de ababe no aduane because oka hu bi ayemfunu bebre yeshem Ghana mpanifonu bebre yeshem enti omampani sro se ordinary form a ebeka nipa bebre hia me kan say we na me sa ka biem say we leader we are suffer we are or here. Now, what dream you say? Then beyond oh, yania, a so depenia, to me, yania, beso yamia need that. The way I want you say, oh, yania, a beso depenia, now the nipa dream. They are a bad buancrophobia because Odona AC from no one declare, obviously, not declare a year state of emergency. Not just a soldier near I can choose what you come. There be ma obia and Quagalam grand period. Now, Mr. President, said the Anamo Casacha Kufa no way so I have a dean so better. Wait, I have a dean so better. Because why during procreation say woman? The amodebo eba mosa for him. Ah, more my dream say gold nintino. Muga kasesi anu a ma ho odi amudi bu mani nyina na betia befom nti wo nanka on fa ho se nsuo ne besayo nsuo ne nsayo de amodi ya kufu ado no sa na o senka Ghana for so de gina mo konso Galamsey must stop now anyo na mkai enti sa kufu ado free one mo a mo pese enteki mo amani years now they can't wait. Huh? Ebia one trans say enwene ensuo ho mfaso. And the lawyer no can. Niema APP mu nyasam kitwa. Niema APP one a omoti ba bia etu gold no kra no. Ana omunse omunsuo no. Niema na ekoso ba bi ti se oboase. A family be on my and said to me, go on now. Now, they say, I can't see you. What can I own him? See, Rasa cinema. Did 50 years. Now, who's so? And then Potemo baby cronum say, Rule Rabanchim. Ama medical if on a babontin. Cancer near my empty. Montra ya trust ya be who say enipa be aduanan awu ye do am ko hospital no e kire se ansana lawyer na minshra o di ujima se lawyer mesme kasa se nyame akoa onso sorry na se we nti Mr. President obefra konwa no so a it's okay because mo ka kira Kufuado so odo man no na odo man no a nka we taking 1 week afa de mo atrase nyatwum beni nyatwum pa beni enti mo na mo kasa se muko sensuo gu tuamu no mu ne ade no mo na mo da so kurakura tumi o man bi wo ho no mo a enka mo party na nkasa kura no enje mu ntum badanye Ghana the nipa no pa ne se yi 200 ayi asha ne nsem the year be free bibia na say o ye NDC ni na say the lawyer yi kan wo sori atua na sori tia Akufuado a o ka trama we se no enfam ododom o ka trama enfam ododom so to me enya akokodro kasa tia Akufuado se Akufuado no oman no na samre de o ka kira se ye ni galamse na tranfie bebre enya ukro ya na akobu nsuo go tuam na Ghana no na ye Ghana baabi ana Ghana foforo bi ne de ahya mo nsem munya atwem no na manyofo no munya atwem no hudodo na we edi kokotri na nya Ghana ha se na ye de asem kokotra mi beken yesi asem no sama for the good mo o ka jesi edo ko asama do mo na akuyiwa no ndi obi asusu obeka o just mo ka o si ye de ko na judges no so tumi ka say oh it's too early na fe wiase nyina hunu yie say Ghana ebi bie nkoyie Mfansi ase na oya Ghana ni awonso fo anu tumbi ti asofo ya na Ghana sofo mo wango me kaza me start say na oya dare politician na ya sofo me ya sofo me nya Ghana ni ensio no me was special ensio me ya sofo nti nyame de free soro bra me ho Monso asofo no nya atwemfo wo mu papa uyi wani so kasa ba ena wo se yankopon afro ena ayi wiase ahini no nko ko sen wiem na ko twa raptor no ho anje Yesu bae amfane wan hye bi Yesu na yaka se wabam bebuo metie mumu bia kamikama no tum yaka amanyosem a yaka amanyosem a school nka ho aware nka ho adidie nka ho wo ye kristoni a de me bobo so nyina won fa ho mo de mo nkeka no ntum na nyawanwa eruse okan o Bible na wom Hosea chapter 4 verses number 4 wasi ma obi ham na ma obi nkanimu na me mighty se wona woni asofo ha asofo no makuma ne babontin kan niema wei ebenya adifo wo man we mu a enhia ese no omo nka ho asem enso aba MPP fo betuwe no yebenya adifo amoma bekire time a yebeto aba no time a obi be wene ne time a anyamwa mamfamisia bensu beka cause me nso me Ghana ni onyame nhyira so onyambra hwe no achi Adkwart Studio. Bye bye.